Hi, my name's Katie. I am a professional makeup artist and I am here with makeup tutorials to help you get really good at doing your own makeup. This video, I will be giving you my best tips for how to keep your hands steady when you're doing graphic eyeliner. So if that sounds interesting to you, just keep watching. So I was recently watching a video by Samantha March. I'll tag her channel down below. She does really super fun, great videos. But she was mentioning that she was trying to do more graphic eyeliner looks and she has a really hard time keeping her hands steady, and she didn't see any tutorials on how people were keeping their hands steady to do these graphic eyes, right? Like your winged eyeliner, your super details, and the fine details basically. And so I thought I would make a video and just give you some of my tips on how I keep my hand steady when I'm doing my makeup on myself. Some of these things I did learn through practice of doing it on other people as well. So hopefully this is helpful for you. So first thing first, you want to think about how you write, how you draw, how you color, things like that, right? Like, what do you do when you're writing? Most people don't hover hand write, right? You know, when they're writing on something, they're not like, writing out here. They tend to brace their hand on something and then write across. That's why you can get smears on your paper and things like that, unless you're specifically trying to keep your hands up. Like piano players are taught to keep their wrists up so that they don't rest their hands, and then they're taught to have that dexterity without bracing it. So if you think about that, you want to do the same thing when you're applying detail to the face, no matter what it is, whether it's an eyeliner, a fun design, anything that you're doing makeup wise is going to be the same as when you're writing, drawing, coloring, painting, right? It's going to be the same. You have to train your hand to be steady, and there's many ways that you can do that. So one way a lot of people like to do that is to brace their hand. So let's get my brush here. So I've got my liner brush here, and if I'm going to come in and do a liner on my eye, right? I have gotten into the habit of using my pinky. Now, I got into that habit in doing makeup on other people because that's the smallest surface I have. I will even sometimes get a small powder puff on my finger to brace on, so that any other makeup that I've done on the face, I'm not messing it up, right? Because if you're resting the whole hand on the face, you're also taking away whatever makeup that you had there. So resting the hand on the face, resting a finger. You want to think about how you're holding your brush or your liner pen, right? How do you hold your pencil? You typically hold it the same way as you would hold your pencil or your eating utensils. I hold mine between my pointer finger and my middle finger, right? That's the most comfortable spot for me. I hold it like that. That's very steady for me. My daughter holds hers this way, right? With these two fingers on top and this one on the bottom. That feels the most steady to her. So her using a pinky to try and do that, it would be harder, right? So she would kind of need to do the whole hand thing. The further away you can hold your pen while still bracing your hand in some way from your face, the better line and detail you're going to get. I hope that makes sense. I'll demonstrate here for you in a little bit. Another tip that I have is to brace your arm on whatever surface is in front of you. Say your bathroom counter, your table, whatever it is, right? So now I'm leaning forward. I've got my arm on the table here. I'm bracing my hand on my face, and then I'm going to come in to do my detail on my eye. As far as keeping your head steady, well, breathe. Make sure that you're breathing. Don't hold your breath. Don't start hyperventilating or anything. Just breathe nice and easy and calm. Stop if you have to. If you find you blink a lot, just stop. between each thing until you get it. This is going to take practice to do detail work. These kinds of looks are very advanced, and so you will have to practice in order to do it. So let me show you some examples as I'm talking here. So I'm going to take this, let's go back to this pen. This is a felt tip liner pen. Let me shake it up here so I got my product down. And so what I do is I'm going to come real close, right? So I lean in and I brace my hand, right? The hand that I'm using, I'm right-handed, so it's my right hand, with my pinky. Let me show you also with your whole hand, okay? So the best way to not mess up your makeup if you still have to use your whole hand is first, don't do the rest of your makeup before you do this part. But if you need to do this part last, put a powder puff, something big, on your hand, right? Just slip your hand through the ribbon that's on there and use that to rest on your face, right? So we are going to come in here and I've got my hand rested and I'm angling my thing down. I've got a good grip on my pen and I'm gonna come in and start doing my liner. Yeah, now this part is easy because you don't need to do it in like one stroke. So this part is easier, right? It's when you get out here that it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to use my finger. Breathe. And I'm going to start right at the base. Now, another thing that you might find is causing skipping is that the skin on this part of your eyelid is loose, right? It's not taut. And so you need a smoother surface in order to keep the product from skipping, if that makes sense. So you may want to use your finger to hold your eyelid taut and then work in small sections, right? So I'm going pretty obvious with my line here so that you can see. Now, if you were like doing some cool details and you wanted to like draw designs, it's gonna be the same thing, right? I'm gonna brace my hand here on my, sorry, I'm kind of dropping out of frame now here. I'm gonna brace my hand, right? And I'm gonna draw the line that I want. See? Let me show you with a brush tip. So this is a brush tip liquid liner, right? The applicator is a brush. So I'm just drawing random designs here. Have an idea of what you want to do, but just kind of bracing my hand, right? If I want to come up and do that fun kind of liner where it's almost like a cut crease, so the graphic part is above the crease, if that makes sense. I'm going to do the same thing, right? I'm going to start, so say I want to bring it from out here. I'm going to come in here and stop talking so that I'm not shaking my hand. You see how I did that? I braced my hand and drug and moved these fingers. So you're going to need to practice the dexterity in your hand, right? You're going to need to practice part of your hand steadying and part of it just doing this. You know, you may need to hold your hand if you're doing like super precise, like little dots or something. Practice with it, play with it, see what you can do. But those are some of my tips for how to keep your hands steady when you're applying graphic eyeliner. So keep playing with it, keep having fun. That's the whole point of makeup, is that it's supposed to be fun, right? So I hope that this was helpful for you. If you would like to see more of my videos, check out my channel, like this one, subscribe. I would love to be able to share more of my tips and tricks with you. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.